Good morning, and good morning again.
Again, one more time.
And Happy New Year!
Yay, Happy New Year! Wow. You should have brought those little blow whistle. Yeah.
I was going to put fireworks on. Did
Little
you see my
hats.
post on the fireworks?
I did. Whoa, that was pretty impressive.
Well, here we are, Mondays with Bev Paul. My name's Paul.
And my name is Bev.
And we want to wish you all a happy New Year.
Yeah, welcome to 2018.
2018. We decided to come on down here to the studio and do this show. And even though the world's taking a day off.
We're so dedicated. It's kind of scary.
But we just really wanted to start this year off with this question for BioTouch. How can BioTouch be part of the social change in 2018? That's the question we want to answer today. And we just want to remind you all why we do these shows, And first is to teach BioTouch, to share it to all of humanity. Also to go over the book or the manual each time.
Yes, and, have a dialogue with you out there. If you have any questions or comments, please send those in to us. That would be wonderful. And then we always want to share what's happening in our planetary web with our certified practitioners around the world. There's so much going on.
Oh,
love to share that. Yeah.
And 2018 is going to be explosive, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. But there's another happening today besides the new year.
Oh, yeah. It's the full moon.
Yes.
Full moon this evening around 7:30.
Tucson time.
Tucson time.
Right.
Yep, absolutely. And
what's that mean?
The full moon, it's kind of like the energy of this full moon is reinforcing for humanity about us being aware of all the social paradigms that we are all witnessing really breaking down and actually giving us the empowerment and taking responsibility to recreate something better and new. And that's really, I think it's just very exciting and profound that at this time of all these social changes that are happening, that we're experiencing other things like this. So it's great.
Social changes. So that's a perfect way to get into BioTouch too. I'm going to talk about it here because when we talk about BioTouch as a social change, I'm always reminded when we first had our very first certification class in Mancos, Colorado, and that's almost 30 years now. There was a CIA agent. He was an ex-CIA agent. And he said to the group, I have never seen such a powerful revolution as what's happening in this room. And he said, and he'd been involved in a lot of revolutions. He says, because this one is based on love.
Oh, boy.
And I thought, I'm so grateful to be part of the beginning of this revolution of love through this thing we call BioTouch.
Yeah. It was perfect.
Yes.
I mean, it's just perfect. That's what BioTouch is for me, too. It's this great, moving forward in our consciousness and our awareness of love and being able to take responsibility for our lives and our health.
So when you talk about the full moon, too, the meaning and the possibilities of breaking the old healthcare systems and taking responsibility for our own healthcare, that's really where BioTouch can help participate in this change.
That's a really big part of what BioTouch, and I like that word possibility because this is what BioTouch always opens for me. All the potential within each of us and all the possibilities in each of us individually, and then coming together in this wonderful, amazing group called humanity. This is really timely. What's happening in the world, and BioTouch is a part of that.
It's a big part of it. And, I just met some people at a party last night, and I'm realizing how few people still know about BioTouch. But this is a year BioTouch is going to participate. Now, what we'd like to do as we talk about this, how is BioTouch part of the change, is we want to share a part of our manual. And the manual has right in the beginning a thing called the dilemma, and we're going to read that to you.
Okay, yes, this is a wonderful thing uh, from our manual. So it starts with to laugh is to risk appearing a fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out for another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk rejection. To place your dreams before the crowd is to risk ridicule. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To go forward in the face of overwhelming odds is to risk failure.
But risks must be taken, because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing, does nothing, has nothing, is nothing.
He may avoid suffering and sorrow, but he cannot learn, feel, change, grow, or love.
Chained by his certitudes, he is a slave. He has forfeited his freedom. Only a person who takes risks is free.
Wow.
Freedom. That is the change of the paradigm.
Well, that's
freedom.
such an
That's
interesting word, too.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Freedom. Wow.
And that is a revolution.
It's freeing ourselves from all of those social paradigms that, let's be honest, we've all agreed to. But in our growth of self-awareness, and I think humanity is really going under that shifting, what we're recognizing is that it's no longer useful or adequate to where we are now. And for me, BioTouch plays an important part of that, because as we're always encouraging that self-awareness, we are, well, let's just say it. It's going to begin with love. It's going to begin with loving ourselves. That's what BioTouch gives us, the gift.
And that was, I read a thing of Anita Morjani. If you haven't read about her yet, she is a woman who basically died of cancer. All her organs shut down, and she had an experience at that moment of death and came back into her body, and her body was healed completely. And she has a thing on Facebook that she posts daily. And the thing she posted this morning was just perfect for what we're talking about, because she said she was just an average person, but she tried all the things to fight the cancer, and all the right foods, and all the right healing and alternative practices and standard care. But it just took her over. And when she died, she learned one thing, and she wanted to bring that back to people, because somebody had asked her, well, do I have to die to experience that?
Oh.
And in the physical form, she's saying no. She says there's only one message that she wants us to understand, and that is, you just have to begin by loving yourself.
Wow. Isn't that a powerful
And I thought
message?
Before we were coming on here, it's like, well, that's what BioTouch gives us the opportunities. So how does BioTouch help us love ourselves as we reach out to touch somebody else?
Well, and I think that's the key.
Right.
Because loving ourselves, it might begin with that shifting of consciousness or that self-awareness that begins. But when you're in a relationship with another, that's the true experience of love. It's one thing to learn to love ourselves, to give ourselves the responsibility and the power to make changes, really important changes for our health and our lives and the quality, and change that. But with BioTouch, I think what's great is you can't, by definition alone, you can't do BioTouch by yourself. You
Right.
have to enter into a relationship, and it's a relationship of love. And when you do that, you get back, you begin to love yourself in that relationship. That's what happens.
It always reminded me of Louis, too, who used to say, we just have to trust that we're loved. And that BioTouch, that reaching out and touching another one, it puts us in that relationship where...
Well, just as the dilemma said, without reaching out, you're risking
Right.
getting involved and not being loved back. But I'm telling you, with BioTouch, that's pretty much impossible.
Right.
When you reach out and touch another person in love, that's all there is right there.
And it's not a concept either. That's what's nice about BioTouch is it's an action. And in that action, this thing that we call love, or we're trying to understand it bubbles up to the top. And I'll use the example again of when I was being strangled by that young man.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And it's sort of like when you love, you can't hurt. And in this experience with this young man who was strangling me to death, somehow I was able to get those two fingers up to do the greeting. And the moment I did, the moment, it wasn't even a minute, the moment I did that greeting, he let me go for a moment.
You know what always comes to me when you tell that story is, of all the things that you could have done, you got those two fingers up there to give him.
I know. So
yeah,
cool.
Most people would go, but not Paul. BioTouch man. He got those two fingers and touched that greeting point one. Wow.
And so he couldn't hurt me anymore. He let go for that moment. Then the fear came back in, and I was able to run away, and police showed up and all that. But at that moment, the power of learning about being in relationship with an act of love, that the revolution of love that CIA agent talked about is such a profound experience for society and humanity.
Well, and I was just going to say this too. There's a dialogue going on this planet right now. We're changing the language, and I am just so heartened that what's being said all over this world is that we are coming into a remembering that we are there for each other, that we're going through this together. We're not separated. And there's this awareness that's happening. And that's why I think BioTouch is so important and really powerful right now on this planet for humanity, because it encompasses all of the possibilities for us to move forward in not just loving ourselves, but really, changing the way that we can honor each other and change our world so that we're all, what happens in love? We get to be healthy. Everyone gets to have what they need to be on this planet. And so this is why I think BioTouch is so profound.
It is. And in that profoundness is the ability of BioTouch, like Anita Morjani said, you just have to love yourself. And we have to stop judging ourselves. We're always judging ourselves. We get up in the morning.
Be kind to yourself.
And BioTouch is that opportunity, and the philosophy we're trying to teach with the Foundation's presentation of BioTouch is just accept where you're at. Oh. Just accept where you're at. You're not supposed to end a sentence with that. Just accept.
Accept yourself.
Accept yourself.
Wherever you are.
And that doesn't matter about whether you think you're healthy or you're ill, or whether the other person's ill or healthy, or they should be drinking green tea or the black tea or white tea, or whether you should be doing yoga or sitting quietly doing nothing. Accept what we're doing, and accept what the other person's doing. And all we have to do is just reach out and touch, and then let the story unfold.
Because everyone's got a story.
Everyone's got a story.
But you've just reiterated for everyone what our greatest philosophy is. That's why we always say we never suggest or diagnose or anything, because we honor everyone's story.
So in that story, we always like to teach how to do that BioTouch. We can sit here and yak forever, which we love doing.
I know.
But we also want to teach, and then we're going to come back. And so what we want to teach, I thought we'd actually start with the greeting again, the first of the year.
Well, how perfect.
Yeah, and we always do the greeting. That's the first set we always do with everyone, regardless of whatever other set of points you're going to do. And if all you can do with the greeting, reach out and touch someone today. Just try the greeting on them.
It unlocks all the possibilities.
Yeah. So let's show the greeting to you all, and then we'll be right back.
The greeting is always performed at the beginning of each session. It's the only set that uses one hand, and the only set that indicates which hand to use. The greeting is performed with the dominant hand. If you are right-handed, use your right hand. If you are left-handed, use your left hand. The greeting is made by touching at point 1, which is in the fleshy area just below the bottom of the breastbone or sternum. Hold this point for 6 to 8 seconds. Then, with the same 2 fingers, touch point 2 on the back. To find point 2, look for the big bone at the base of the neck. From here, move 1 to 1.5 inches to the left. This is point 2. Hold this point for 6 to 8 seconds. More than one associate may work with a recipient provided that all of the associates perform the greeting. If the associate or the recipient leaves the session, or if someone who hasn't done the greeting touches either the recipient or the associate, the greeting must be reestablished. Then the session may proceed from where it was interrupted.
Social change. That's BioTouch in the social change, the family dynamic, just starting with the family.
Oh gosh, that's where it begins.
The empowerment of the family, the letting themselves be, so we hear about let yourself be loved. Let our family be loved. Let all the problems that we have in our families. And I saw a few posts about, I had this problem and that problem, but 2018 is going to be better. Well, make BioTouch part of that better.
BioTouch can change the dynamics
Yes.
in any situation, as your little story about being choked
Yeah.
proves. Changes the whole dynamic.
So BioTouch is a revolution. Practicing BioTouch can be a revolution. And so we're just here to support you in that. You can go to our website, justtouch.com, download just that greeting if you want for free. And just by becoming a member, you can get the whole manual with links to all the videos.
Absolutely.
And then you can do all the workbooks that we have, health condition workbooks.
Yeah, we've made it very accessible. Everything is very accessible to you.
We just had Parkinson's disease, and that was a wonderful opportunity. We just had a couple people show up, but that was very perfect because they had family members who had Parkinson's,
right.
And we were able within a 2-hour class to give them the points to work on. And our next one's on stroke.
Yeah, that's going to be the 4th Thursday of every month.
Yeah.
We offer a workshop on a specific condition.
So we encourage you to learn BioTouch. And so what are some of the goals that we want to do here in 20? Everybody's supposed to give a resolution. No, not resolution. What do they call it?
Yeah,
resolution. A resolution,
right.
right.
Yeah, you're right.
So what are some of the things that we're looking for? Well, one of those things is we really want to get the book out there. BioTouch, Healing with the Power in Our Fingertips. It's, going on its 2nd year, and it's just such a perfect book by Deborah Schildhouse, and it's an easy read. It flows easy for people. And so anybody that you might know that has a health condition that they're working on or is considering doing anything alternative or complementary or integrative, it's a good book.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And so we encourage you to, get that book. As a lot of these people did around the world. We've got people who've taken the book and here they are taking it to the river. So that's one of the things we want to do. What else are we looking to really get out there to do?
Well, finding ways that we can get it. One of the things that we are probably going to do a little bit more of is trying to get it into the library system throughout the country. And there'll be more news coming about how we're going to do that. But yeah, the book, it's time for the book to be out there. And so...
and we do have it in some public libraries now.
We do.
And that's because the book was actually published by a New York publisher. And so any library that you think would love to have this book, just all you have to do is go in and make a contact. And then you can send us an email who you contacted, and we can take you through the steps on how to request that. You can actually go on a website of your public library and request to have the book put in their library, and they will buy the book and start making it accessible freely to people. So
yeah, and I look at the book as it's a great tool for us to get the word out, and it's such a wonderful read. Deborah did a great job, and it's just it's a story of humanity. It really is.
So we're trying to get the book out to more people. We're also trying to get more presentations. I'd love to go talk to any support group or conferences.
Yes.
We have Bev now who's ready to be on the circuit. She gave her first presentation a couple weeks ago, and she was good. So So if you know of a place where we could give presentations, we would love to do that. It could be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, whatever your needs are, in any kind of business.
Yes.
I mean,
we gave a talk to the Rotary Club. We've given them to the Lions Club, support groups, health support groups. You could have a touch-aware party. We'll come to your house and do touch just, with a small group of people even.
Yeah, that's kind of a great idea, right? Yeah.
So we'd like to sort of end this show of the new year with a Happy New Year. And we want to share with you the great song that was written by our wonderful Horace Barnes about really taking BioTouch as a revolution of love and putting it into action.
Yep.
So Happy New Year to you all as we give you Horace's Put Love into Action.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action. I know you have heard these beautiful words. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Using BioTouch will help you so much. You'll never need anything else. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action. Of mine has spent a lifetime teaching people how to heal. Energy healing is such a good feeling. It'll help you if anything will. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action. Put love into action. Put love into action.
So Happy New Year.
Have a blessed New Year, everyone.
We love you and we hope to hear from you all real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.